Hello, friends. People like to consider themselves faithful and loyal creatures. But upon closer examination, it seems that many animals show better examples of loyalty and maintaining relationships. Our first touching story is dedicated to the most free-spirited bird, the bald eagle of the Escitrippidae family. A cold December morning turned into a very unusual one for the employees of the Cobequid Wildlife Rehabilitation Center in Canada. They found a huge bald eagle in their yard. The bird was exhausted and had no desire to fight for her life. A helpless female eagle was lying on the ground, unable to raise her head, let alone spread her wings and fly to a safe place. She was lucky to have fallen on the center's grounds. Otherwise, she might not have been noticed. The fate of a bird of prey, unable to fly and hunt, is not a good one. The bird was taken in for observation and treatment. A bald eagle this big has never been seen here before. The center's employees were so impressed by her size that they unanimously decided to call her Birdzilla. They later figured out what exactly had happened. It was lead poisoning. She was most likely poisoned by the animals she'd eaten, who in turn were poisoned by the lead ammunition fragments. Not the most comforting diagnosis, but at least the treatment could begin now. Fortunately, the medical measures taken helped Birdzilla. She was getting better and better until finally they started talking about letting her back into the wild soon. The center's employees decided that it was time when the bird began to act aggressively. Anger is a good sign. It means that she wants to live. This is the natural behaviors of these birds, the doctor said. It was getting harder and harder to keep the bird in captivity, as she was very eager to be out in the wild again, and was trying to get there by any means possible. But the most incredible part of this story started a couple of days after Birdzilla was at the center. The employees began to find various animals that eagles usually eat on the center's grounds. A bit later, they noticed a large bald eagle who was always circling the center. It was very strange, since bald eagles usually keep away from people, settling away from the towns. A few days later, they began to realize what was going on. The strong and brave eagle kept circling the hospital during the day, flying away occasionally to bring back food and dropping it in the snow. In the evenings, the eagle would settle down in the tree at the entrance and watch the center the whole night. After all, that's where Birdzilla was taken. It's hard to believe, but this happened every day for a whole month. It was obvious that the male eagle was very sad. He did his best to get food for his beloved and spent his days in the center's yard. Even experienced vets were surprised by such devotion, as it looked very much like a relationship between people. Meanwhile, the treatment was going well, and a few weeks later, the feathered guest had fully recovered and her wish was finally granted. The vets took her cage outside and set her free. The bird did not wait for a special invitation, nor was she planning on taking pictures with the employees, and soared up with the speed of wind. She circled around the center until she saw him. He appeared as if from nowhere, and they danced around in the sky, flapping their wings as if greeting each other and hugging after a long separation. After a few minutes, the couple settled down on a tree branch and began to scream loudly, as if they were talking about something. Their conversation was so emotional that it couldn't help but attract the attention of passerbys. After circling the center one more time, the couple flew away together, gradually disappearing over the horizon. The center's employees could not hold their emotions admiring the view. Hopefully, This eagle couple won't be seen at this rehabilitation center again, and instead will be soaring through the skies. I think you'll be interested to learn a few facts about these birds. Our story proves the fact that bald eagles usually mate for life. They are among the largest birds of prey, originally from North America. Their wingspan reaches up to 2 meters. On average, these birds live for 28 years in the wild and 36 years in captivity. The bald eagle's scream consists of a weak whistling, which is more rough and shrill in younger birds. They mostly scream during the mating season or to warn each other about danger. They also have exceptional vision, and their specific eye placement gives them excellent binocular vision as well as peripheral vision. They also fly very fast and can reach the speed of 56 kilometers per hour at a usual pace. But when chasing prey, they speed up to 120 to 160 kilometers per hour. They hunt together. One eagle scares the prey, and the other grabs it with its sharp, long claws. Bald eagles' favorite food is fish, but they often feed on other birds, for example ducks, as well as muskrats and sometimes turtles. They also don't mind feeding on carrion and can steal prey from other birds. Unfortunately, the bald eagle population has decreased sharply due to habitat destruction. 17 years after the bald eagles were declared an endangered species, their population significantly increased by tenfold as compared to 1963. In 2007, they were removed from the Red List. They are still protected under the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act of 1940, but they continue to be hunted by poachers as well as lose their habitat. There is a special group of birds in the Escitripitae family who do not hunt and only feed on dead animals. These birds are called griffon vultures. They have a large body and a strong hooked beak. Their habitat is actually quite broad. It includes the northern part of the African continent, southern Europe, and Central Asia. Same as the bald eagles, griffons form stable couples that last for life. What's interesting is that betrayal of one of the partners can result in the wrath of the whole flock. Yes, these birds aren't all that pretty, but they show real love and devotion. They build their nests in trees that grow high in the mountains. Their nests are huge, up to 2 meters in diameter, but they usually lay only 1 egg per season. Hatching an egg takes quite a while, more than 50 days, so the male and female griffons take turns sitting on the egg. Baby griffons stay helpless for a long time. It will be 3 months before they are able to get food on their own, and in the meantime, the parents will take care of them. Adult griffons live a rather long life. Their lifespan reaches up to 50 years. The weight of the black vulture reaches up to 12 kilograms with a wingspan of almost 3 meters. It's difficult for these large and heavy birds to fly simply by flapping their wings, so most of the time they soar through the sky, skillfully locating the air currents. Griffon vultures can rise to incredible heights. There are documented cases of griffons flying at an altitude as high as 11 kilometers, but usually stay at about 3 kilometers above the ground looking for food. They are also known for their sharp vision. Albatrosses are big, beautiful birds with a wingspan of up to 3.5 meters. They were always seen by sailors as omens of good luck and happiness. This belief comes from the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner poem by the famous English romantic poet Samuel Coleridge. It is believed that killing an albatross, the symbol of successful sailing, can inflict trouble. But unfortunately, no one adheres to this belief anymore. People continuously kill this beautiful bird, even if not personally, but by polluting seas and oceans with plastic, which albatross eat, mistaking it for food, causing the bird that could live for 30 years to die as a baby. Albatross can fly a great distance over the ocean, but despite such long journeys, this bird always comes back to the same place and the same partner when it is time to breed. Relationships between males and females take several years to form and last a lifetime, held together by a ritual dance. It all starts with a nod, then comes a long stare, after which they get on their tiptoes, letting their beaks touch. The dance continues. A sort of loud, intimate tango. Black-footed albatross can meet to dance or build a nest together several times before they begin to mate, forming a union that can last up to 20 years or longer. About 399,000 couples, almost 2/3 of all albatrosses on Earth, lay their eggs in the Falkland Islands. These seabirds do a lot for their babies. They even pre-digest food for them. The prey gets processed to an oily substance rich in nutrients, which the mother regurgitates into the baby's mouth. Birds from today's video are beautiful, strong, and loyal. Their devotion and love can only be envied. Like our video if you agree. We'll see you next time.